Итак, мы сегодня начинаем с незначительной задержкой, но тем не менее, этой встречи я ждал 10 лет, и мы поговорим с нашей Ушей. Беседа, конечно, будет на английском языке, впрочем, это ведь и так понятно, что в Индии не все разговаривают по-русски. Уша изучала русский язык несколько лет с нашей ученицей, и, впрочем, она даже продемонстрирует какие-то чудеса, но это будет чуть позже. Харьом, Диди. When I come to Sanskrit conference in India, a Sanskrit conference never starts without what?
Without an invocation.
Yes, nothing can start in India, not even a Sanskrit conference, academic conference, without a deepa and a chanting. So may we start our meeting?
Yes, through the chanting of Guru Shloka. So, with bows to my Guru. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Suryakoti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
And only after that something can happen in India. Before that, the sun does not rise, the rickshaws don't drive.
Sure. Our culture is so, and we are like connecting everything with divine helps us to work better. That is the secret.
Yes, if in India someone is late, he can always tell that he was in the temple. So, and you can never tell that that's bad that he was late for your meeting, because if he tells that he was in the temple, then that means how can it be bad?
Yes, of course, and there are like many advantages of that as well. So we can put everything on God, isn't it? So we need one head to put all our mistakes on. So that is the place where he takes. There was like a small movie in that he says like if you bet or if you like take a wrong promise on the name of God, if anything goes wrong, say no, it's by oath. I promise by this person. Then the person might die if we say it wrong. Then this fellow says if you put it on God, God won't die. Okay, I love that idea. So God cannot die, so we can put everything on God.
Right. So I would want you to tell, so this is the third time I speak with a Sanskrit scholar from India. The first time was Madhav Deshpande. The second time was from Pune, Saroja Bhatte. And now it's Ушей Санкой. So there are three scholars in a line. And I would want to hear about how can one become Ушей Санкой? How can one become Usharani Sanka? And what was the biography? What was the early days of becoming Usha? Can you tell where are you from? Where are you now? Can you please tell me about yourself?
I was born in Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh. It was like a part of Andhra Pradesh then. Now it's a part of Telangana state. Like we have different states in India. So now I stay in Andhra Pradesh part when after the division in Tirupati. So it's like I belong to the
That means actually it's like nowadays it's two different parts. So you were born
yes,
in one part and now you live in a different part.
different part. Okay, so I can still say I was born in Andhra Pradesh and I live in Andhra Pradesh. So, but now the Telangana, that Hyderabad part became as a separate part. So that is the issue. And then like I was there till like my father got transferred to Bhopal. It is in Madhya Pradesh. And then like we had a chance to visit different places in India. Like for 3 to 4 years, my father was in Bihar. He worked in Patna. We went there for some time. Then we were shifted to Bhopal. After that, we again came to Hyderabad. So all this like visiting in the North India, etc., has been a very good productive effect upon me. Like I picked up Hindi and all that, so I was connected with Hindi. And then I studied in Bhopal. That is where like it is important because the North India system has Sanskrit in the curriculum, in the school curriculum. The South India,
But not in not in the place where you stay?
no, not here. They don't introduce until we take it as a optional in the +2 after 10th standard. We
Right.
have to opt for it. Otherwise, we don't have Sanskrit much in the schooling level. That is
Understood. So,
where I
so
had
means the South, you can have only as an option after 10th grade?
Yes, 10th grade. Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And if you are like there are central schools in India, everybody knows about it. So we have two systems of education. One is the state described education, the state directed, and other is the central directed. So the central directed education has Sanskrit since like maybe standard 5th or standard 6th grade. Maybe from there they start. And it continues. If the student opts for it in the higher level, in the +2, in the 11th grade, 12th grade, then also they can study it.
But
So I
there
had
are around 20 state universities, like no, not universities, schools. Like how many schools are there?
as many states are there, as many schools. Like we have different state boards, and then
So
we
that
have a
means
central board.
it's hard to get there, right?
Hard in what sense?
Means you went to a state school, right?
I went to a state school, true. Yes.
Because getting to non-state
Central,
school would be hard in what meaning it is expensive for or too many people are
no,
there.
it's like there are certain employees who are like allowed to get an admission there. So there are certain institutions where if the fathers work there, the children get the chance.
So it depends not on yourself, but on
Yes.
your father.
Father, yes, true. Until then, until my time, it was like that. I don't know the present situation. So when we were like, I was doing my 6th standard, 7th standard, then I went to Bhopal. So at that point of time, central school was not in the access of my father's institution. He worked in NABARD bank. It was like National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So in that bank, he used to work. So our bank people didn't have any like special Disney entry.
Right.
We not have any way to enter that. Yes.
Understood. So you were raised up not in Hyderabad.
Like until my 6th standard, I was in Hyderabad. From 7th standard onwards till my BSc first year, I was in Bhopal for 7 years. Then we again came back to Hyderabad, and then I finished my like bachelor's, my master's in Hyderabad. Then again, I came for PhD to like Tirupati. It was like all these places I had the studies in parts, different slots.
So they are different. The south and the north, they are
Right.
different.
Much different, very much different. Yes.
Like in what kind of ways? Like in the part of education. Okay, so you could have in the north you had Sanskrit started earlier in the school, right?
Yes.
Was it good? I mean, do you see that it actually affected your knowledge and
Yes, of course, yes, it does happen. When you study a subject, when you study a language, when you study something during the schooling, it definitely has a good effect upon the life. Sure. Like in South, we don't have much respect for Sanskrit, but I saw that in the North, they respect Sanskrit. In Karnataka, like Karnataka belongs to a South state, but there is lot of like respect for Sanskrit, and we find like lot of work going on in that state. Andhra Pradesh is much behind in that. I mean, I belong to a
not
Telugu.
maybe even actually behind, but it's like it's a question of politics, maybe even that that they are trying to show the strength of the South and ignoring the strength of the North.
Correct. So this was the like Aryan invasion theory. Everything can be explained. Like it all goes again to those things, and like the political parties which are ruling, they want certain things to be like they want mother tongue to be over Sanskrit, and some people bring the clashes without knowing, without like they're very ignorant. They think that Sanskrit is a different language from the from our mother tongue. So like Telugu.
So your mother tongue is?
Telugu, like I'm Telugu person. Both my parents are Telugu, so I am also Telugu. Though within Andhra Pradesh, like they have been like now what they are divided. My mother belonged to Telangana, my father belonged to Andhra Pradesh. So it was like that. So I had an advantage of like there is a like what you call as a slang kind of, the different the same language but different accents, different the word vocabulary.
So they were both a bit different, right?
Yes, they were different. They were a bit different, and I had the advantage like mother's side relatives speak Telangana more. Father's side people speak like Andhra. We call it Andhra Telugu and Telangana Telugu. So it's like that. So I had advantage of all this. So we could make the like the best of it.
So your first touch with Sanskrit was not in family, but in school?
No, it was in family. Definitely not in school. Like I enjoyed it more in school because I had the background right from the family. It's my grandmother. It's my paternal grandmother whom I want to like remember with great reverence that she had been like the pole, the central pole in our family for all the language work, whatever happened in our family, like my cousins, me, and whoever are like attracted to language and whoever is working like working with the language have the they take the name of my grandmother, that her effect, her what interest she generated in us is working through all of us like that. So she used to be like lot of good storyteller, and then she used to tell all the Puranic stories and all. She used to read padyas, she used to read slokas, and then we knew the importance of chanting much before like others realized. I saw that even after like long time they don't realize. Even now there are people who are like somewhere around 50, 80 years old, but they don't know that chanting is important. We should learn pronunciation. They don't realize it. But we realized it much earlier in our childhood that chanting, we should not chant wrong. The mantras are very important. All these things, the ucharanam as we call it, the pronunciation aspect. Even in our like Telugu words, where we use the Sanskrit words, they used to correct us. No, this is not this. You should say like this. Like for example, Telugu people have the tha wrong. They say dha. So then they would say, no, it's not dha. It's like tha. You should say all these things like we were. My father was like very early. I remember my sixth class experience when I was in sixth standard. I used to learn music, and my teacher taught like Mamdara. One like that Kriti is there, one musical composition. That's like Mamdara word. Then we are three. Like I have two brothers, one younger and one elder. We three used to sit and like sing. My father was also like musician. He used to like take our like you sing what your teacher taught. Just sing something. You are singing. We said Mamdara. So no, how can it be Mamdara? It should be Mandara, isn't it? Because it's the. Though he didn't, I don't know if he knew at that point of time, like it's a rule by Ashtadhyayi, Panini, Sutra, and all that. I don't know if he knew the technical details, but he corrected us. So it cannot be mum, it can be man. So you should say, no. So like this, we had like a lot of like things around the witty jokes. They used to make language jokes with a little like one consonant changed, the meaning changes, the letter. Some words are very alike, right? So we say it one way, it means something, other way it means something else. So just one letter changing, one dirgha added, one small thing changed, and it's hilarious. It's like sometimes it results in lot of like very comedy situations and all that. We used to have that all day in our house, like almost we have that fun, have that wit and all, along with my father, my brothers and mother. Everybody used to have that, that
and it was all in Telugu or in Sanskrit?
Yes, it was in Telugu, but it
So it
helped
was
in my
Telugu chanting.
Telugu
But Telugu chanting is not totally different than Sanskrit chanting, right?
Yes. It's much inspired from Sanskrit, and we have lot of things in common with Sanskritam in Telugu. Though Telugu is a separate, we cannot call it totally like only it's only Sanskrit, all everything. No, Telugu has her own like culture, her own like padyas, the system of the chandas. There are many beautiful rules in the Telugu padyas, which are much like we cannot say it advanced, but we can say much elaborate and much expanded in Telugu.
So that means that your Telugu chanting experience in the family helped later for the Sanskrit chanting, right?
Yes. Like my grandmother used to do some household chores. While doing it, she used to sing stotras. So it was like in the evening time we should remember Bhagavan. So they were very religious. They were very, very like staunch into spirituality and all these like they've always connected with Bhagavan. Whatever stories they told, whatever padyas there, whatever conversations happened, like there are some dharmic things, like there is a like difficult situation, then they are thinking about it, how to resolve it and all. So there used to be a lot of like dharmic, we should not do this, we should do this. So then they quoted some rule from the some Sanskrit text. So all these things were very common. I grew up with all these. So that helped. It's like the Telugu, the part of Telugu where either like it's twofold, either the direct Sanskrit words are inside the Telugu language or those which are like affected by the Sanskrit words, like those which go by the grammar and all. So
Could you
such
give like 5 examples of each of those? I mean, of directly and those that are connected, like how the word sounds in Sanskrit and how the word sounds in Telugu.
uh, yes, there are, but right now I don't remember. I can tell them. Maybe
Okay.
I have to, yeah. Yeah, they come even today, like they come in my like when I'm translating from Telugu or to Telugu. So we have such issues, like we have to take care. Oh, this word doesn't mean this in Sanskrit, it means different in Telugu.
Right.
So we had such once I started learning Sanskrit academically, I had to like
It's
correct
called
myself.
false friends of the translator.
Yes, yes. Many times I find that the person is not aware of this fact, so he's or she is doing it wrongly. I become aware of that by this, like this, we call it tat sama, tat bhava. So tat sama is the exact Sanskrit word in Telugu. Tat bhava, something which changed from the like some word is there, just some consonant or some vowel changes, and it becomes a new word in Telugu. It's like that.
Right. So, at what time did you understood that you want to go deeper in the Sanskrit? So it was not in the 6th grade, was it?
No, it was not in 6th grade. No.
So when? What happened? Did you meet a teacher, or you had to choose because you're getting older?
So it was very interesting. I remember one event, like it was not sudden, it was not like a quick event or quick person that changed it. It was an idea that changed it. I really remember that fond moment when I was like reading my English text. Actually, I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade, and I was like reading my English reader, and there was like the word is divisible. That was the idea with this. Notion. They say no and shun. Tion is a different, it's twofold. Like concentration. So concentration. So it's like 3 words, 3 put together.
3 parts, 3 morphemes.
Three sub elements which are joining as one single word. I went to my father running, I remember. So he said, like I told him, Father, do you know this? Word is divisible. So where can I learn this? I mean, it was just one like exercise in the whole textbook. And
Right.
I said, where can I expand this idea? Where can I learn?
Right.
What should I do in order to explore this field more? Then he told me that you have to do MA English, something like that, because I was English, I picked up the English text. So he said for the language and all, you have to do Master of Arts, and in that you have all these things. But at that time, I was like a aspirant for medicine. It was like I wanted to do like my after 12th I wanted to do my bachelor's in medicine, but it didn't happen. Then I had to change my field. Then all these put together, such experiences like my grandmother, my family background and all this already in the schooling, where from the 6th grade it started. And like Sanskrit was like the schooling, we are not like given so much depth, like though I remember my teachers even today, my Sanskrit teachers even today, but it was not very deep. It was more like exam oriented, like this question, this answer, just read this line, remember and write, and all these things. I don't know why my classmates would always face difficulty, but I would always understand the text rightly. with Sanskrit and all. My own study also used to be there, and that like helped me when it came to like career choosing. Then I had no difficult time choosing Sanskrit. So that was the idea. Like word is divisible. How to understand it? How to work on words? So that brought me to Sanskrit.
But you went to MA for English.
No, I went to MA for English after my Sanskrit. After Sanskrit.
Okay, so in what order did you do it? Like, what was your education? Means, okay, school was like in two cities, like, yeah, in Hyderabad
Yes,
and
Bhopal.
Bhopal.
Hyderabad,
Okay.
Bhopal, and again Hyderabad. Yeah.
So that's how many classes that's in India, because it's different in Russia and outside world.
Yes. So it's like in the state syllabus we did, it is like first to like we have KG, kindergarten 2 years. Then we have the first grade, first standard to 10th standard as one unit. Then the third unit is the +2, we call it. Either it's a college system or it's a schooling, but with 11th and 12th grade, we call it. Like I studied in that 11th and 12th grade system, whereas in Andhra Pradesh, in Telugu states, it is like intermediate. We call it intermediate. So it's schooling to college. It's immediate college in the between. That is another. I didn't study in that. I studied in the +2 system with the 11th and 12th grade. After that, we have 3 years of bachelor's course. That is like 3 years degree. We call it degree. So 3-year degree. And then we have an MA, Master of Arts. That is 2 years.
Okay, so you went for bachelor's for what?
Bachelor's, I had three combinations. I had we had like CL Sanskrit, that is classical language Sanskrit, ML English, modern language English, and then psychology. So these three were my optionals.
And you went for what university?
I went I studied in the university college for women. It is in the Koti. It's called in Hyderabad. I studied in
Hyderabad.
So we came back from Bhopal. Then the after +2 we came to Hyderabad back. Then I joined this college. It's university college for women.
So it's Sanskrit, English, and psychology in one?
All like we had three optionals. Right in the bachelor's degree, it is like that. We have to choose three optionals. So others choose like sociology, administration, lot other arts.
So that means at that state, that was not a lot of Sanskrit. I mean, it was there, but there's not a lot, not at all many hours per day.
True. So it was like classical language Sanskrit is a special where the subject itself is Sanskrit. It's not like one language, like we have, apart from these three optionals that we choose, the main study areas, we have like two language also, like one English and one Sanskrit. That's as a second language. So that many people used to take that second language option for Sanskrit, but I took it for like the classical language. That's my main optional. So there it really brought change. That part made me like academically and as a career. I am now with Sanskrit. It's like that. Though it's one of the three, but it's the main that I could study.
So that was your first bachelor?
Yes, that is the bachelor's, the 3 years. And then out of these three, I chose Sanskrit.
For MA.
For MA. For MA is like all Sanskrit. Now, this is the main place where everything becomes like Sanskrit in the total like studies become Sanskrit. So that is the part.
But the studies were not in Sanskrit. I mean, you can study Sanskrit in Sanskrit or you can study Sanskrit in English. So what was the medium?
So it was like, luckily before us, like one batch before us, our senior batch, until then it was like Telugu, anything was allowed. But later they shifted the system to only English and like other, like if you are studying Telugu as your master's, then you can write in Telugu. If you are doing Hindi, then Hindi, Marathi. All others English and Sanskrit in Sanskrit. So our Sanskrit people have a disadvantage. I should call it the advantage for me that they all know little English. They are not very good in English.
Okay,
all the Sanskrit people who study through the traditional means become teachers later in the universities and all. They have great difficult time with English.
Right.
Like our Russian students, some students don't have much like English
Right.
knowledge. Same happens in India. So
Right.
they are good with their mother tongue, they are good with Sanskrit, but they are not good with English. So that is where our teachers chose to teach us in Sanskrit. So that way I'm
So
very
you were
lucky.
taught Sanskrit in Sanskrit.
In Sanskrit, yes, yes. So it was like Osmania University in Hyderabad. It's a very old university, Osmania. So there I studied in the arts college. It was a wonderful time in my life, and all the students who came were also from traditional college. Like they studied in, like you said, until my bachelor's, it was like different optionals I had. Sanskrit as only one of others. But these people who were my classmates happened to study Sanskrit since their childhood. Like they
So
always
they had more Sanskrit background than you.
yes, yes, yes. 101% more. They were all very, very deeply like grounded into Sanskrit. They could speak in Sanskrit, and it was like, I was like, I don't know how to speak Sanskrit by that time. I could try.
And mostly boys or girls,
Girls
same?
are less. By the time you reach masters, MA, the girls are very less. We were only 6 of us, and then they were out of 30, like all others were boys. We were like 6 girls. That's all.
Because in Russia, when you go for language faculties, it's like 50 girls and 2 boys.
No, it's not like that. Other languages, maybe it's like that, but in Sanskrit, we do have still the traditional schools are there, the traditional colleges, the bachelor's level colleges are there, still there. They're called only Oriental colleges and all. They are like school plus two, they finish there, and then after degree also, in the degree also they have the BA level also, they have good like Sanskrit only. So that is how Sanskrit is a little different from other
So,
language.
what age were you when you understood that there are people of your age that can actually speak Sanskrit? How old were you?
Like I was like 20, 21.
Okay, so 21 you were, and you understood that there is a possibility to actually speak Sanskrit.
Yes, yes. In my degree, it happened. Like one day, I still remember that picture is also there in my heart. In my sir, like who taught like Sanskrit CL, that CL subject who dealt. That sir is from again that this traditional background. His full education has been in Sanskrit, and like somebody came, like we were having the class. We were only 3 students. So with 3 students, in the bachelors. In the bachelors, it was the situation. Then we were sitting in front. We used to take the class in his department itself. So the department, the table, he used to put 3 chairs and we used to sit in front of him. He used to teach us in the work table itself. His work table was the place of our class. It was our classroom. So one fellow came. Suddenly he walked in. He was like above our age. He was like somewhere 25 to 26 years. We were by hardly like I was 18 years. I was 17 or 18 years old by then. He was like 25 to 26 years. He just walked and they started speaking something. I just looked at them. What are they speaking? What did I listen right now? I still remember that spark in my heart, which was like, it suddenly like pricked me somewhere and are they speaking Sanskrit? Then when I was like all like holding myself until that fellow walked away, immediately I said, sir, you were speaking in Sanskrit? I said, yes, we were speaking in Sanskrit. Sir, can we speak Sanskrit? He said, yes, we can speak Sanskrit. So it was the moment like which brought me entire like joy. Yes, there are people in this world who can speak Sanskrit. Was a very like something that changed my like understanding. Until then, I used to know only Sanskrit as a literary. Like you can only write, you can only read, you can only understand Sanskrit. But speaking, no, I never listened to Sanskrit before that. Somebody speaking.
So
After that,
you were 18 years when it happened for the first time.
first time, yes, sure.
And then by MA, you started actually practicing?
By MA, what happened? We had the difficult time because the teaching was all in Sanskrit. So we had to quickly accustom ourselves. We were used to listening to English, we were used to listening to Telugu, but not Sanskrit. So suddenly I had to change my like understanding and all. So there it helped a lot. So there it was like totally they taught us in Sanskrit, the masters, the MA level. And we had all the classes in Sanskrit except 1 or 2. They preferred teaching through English, and but we had a choice to write in English and Sanskrit. I chose English. I didn't choose Sanskrit at that time because I wanted to hold my rank. I was a second ranker and I wanted to hold my rank. That's why I thought if I write in Sanskrit, I can't compete with those fellows,
Oh.
all fellows in the benches sitting behind me. I would never win over them. So I chose only like English. But later I regretted. I should have chose like I should have given up the rank and I should. But later when I came to Vidya Pit, things changed. There we had like Sanskrit writing and all that developed in Vidya Pita. It was around I did 2003 my MA completed the rank and I should 2008 I came to Vidya Pita. Then again I had to do MA. That for the subject love of subject I'll come
Again?
later. Yes, I again did MA.
So you did 2 MAs?
2 MAs, like one in Sahitya special. So like it's default. All
The
other
second one was Sahitya?
No, the first one was Sahitya. In the Osmania University, the system is like this. Though we have lot of other optionals in Sanskrit, like we have darshanas, we have vyakarana, we have Vedanta, we have like lot of other optionals in like Sanskrit education. But we don't have that in the outside universities. The outside universities, what they do is they offer only Sahitya special. So it's by default, we are all like once we are doing MA through either English medium or some other medium, we are doing only Sahitya. We are not doing anything else. It's like that.
So you have a lot of Sahitya, which means literature, but you can easily have vyakarana, grammar?
Yeah. Like one of them, we have Vyakarana, but a little bit of it, not like a special.
So vyakarana is more limited and Sahitya is more widely spread in the education system?
In Sanskrit, yes. As far as Sanskrit is concerned, as an academic study, yes, this is the truth. In all the outside universities, like outside, by outside, non-traditional universities. Like the traditional universities like Vidya Pita, though they are like running the university in the modern education system, modern system, but they are still can be called as traditional because they have different departments. Like we have a Vyakarana department, we have a Sahitya department, we have a Nyaya department, we have a Vedanta department, we have a Vishishtadvaita Vedanta department, we have like such like different departments which are only like pertaining to Sanskrit or something from Sanskrit. It's like that.
So what was your first work in the MA for Sahitya?
Work, like what?
The thesis.
I don't much remember what dissertations. Like dissertation was not very important for us. It was just like I don't remember it now.
Okay.
What I worked on.
So first you went for Sahitya in MA. What kind of disciplines were there in the MA? Means what kind of the names of the fields covered there in those 2 years in the Sahitya was like, do you remember?
Yes, those I remember because I'm again connected after so many years. I'm connected with teaching the MA people from the same university. So I have online classes with the distance education people. So now I'm connected back. It's like the first year we had the semester system. By the time we came to MA, it was semester system. Previously, it was year-wise system. And in the semester system, we had like the first 2 semesters, that's the first year, totally into all kinds of like all the fields of Sanskrit. Like we had Tarka Bhasha, we had this one, Vedanta Sara, we had Chandas Vritaratnakara, we had like selections from the poetry, like Kalidasa's poetry. We had Nala Champu. Champu is another form of like Sanskrit poetry. And we had one Nataka. Nataka is Shakuntalam, Kalidasa. What else did we have? We had Prakrit and linguistics. We had like Nirukta. Nirukta text was there. And then in the second year, it was like more concentrated to Sahit. Then we had grammar also in the first year. Like some part of Siddhanta Kaumudi, we had grammar. Like until Karaka Pratna Sanya, Paribhasha, Karaka, Samasa. We had the 4 prakaranas from there. And then in the second year, it was.
So you had samasas already in the first year?
Yes, we had the samasa prakarana. Yes, we had it. Yeah, but I didn't understand any vyakarana at that point of time. I still remember my dumb head. I was not much into like, what is a sutra? How does it work? I didn't know anything. I didn't make head or tail of it. We just passed the exams. We just studied for it. whatever we put on paper, just we could put it. I didn't care about marks at
So it's a
that.
question of exams and marks. It's not about understanding.
Mostly, yes. When we concentrate on rank, that is what happens. Okay.
So in
that
India,
I
people concentrate on the ranks?
Yes. Mostly we have them. Only some people are there who don't concentrate on the rank but on subject. I was one of them. But Vyakarana was not my cup of tea at that point of time. But later, I never knew that I would come to Vyakarana and Vyakarana would choose me. It's like, now I
But you
remember.
would have a dhatu-related PhD theme, right?
Yeah, that's from Vidya Pit. Later it happened. It happened later in my life. So
you
but
changed all your life. You changed the city you live in because you went for the Vidya Pita.
Yes. From Hyderabad, I had no other reason than, like as you said, in the Osmania University, though the MA system had the teaching and writing exams in like Sanskrit only some would write in English. But in thesis, when it comes to PhD, there is an option that you can write in Telugu, you can write in English, or you can write in any language.
So first you went for English.
No, for the PhD. For the PhD, it is like that.
Okay.
So in the MA, I chose English and I finished all
Yes,
the exams.
MA you chose English, but
yes.
for the PhD you choose Sanskrit.
Sanskrit. Then when I had some time, difficult time in my life, like coping up with my health and many other things went wrong. So I had to give a gap in the education at that time. After 2003, there was like until gap till 2008. So it was all these 5 or 6 years I was just at home. Like I just worked in one college for some time, just for some experience and all. But all the other
And you
time,
were living together with your mother?
yes, with mother and like, yeah, my father went for the divinity. He became divine in 2000, in the year 2000. When I was in the third year, my final year of my BA, my father left us, and my grandmother also left us in like when I was in the degree first year. In the first year degree, she left us, and then father left in the final year degree. And then by MA, like we shifted to another house in the same Hyderabad city. And I, with my two siblings and mother, we used to stay together. It was like that. So at that time, I finished my MA, and like it was like good experience. They never discourage like format. Like we have some father will watch us from the divine, so we have to study well. We have to become good persons. We should not misuse our opportunity in the life. Like that, we used to have such feeling. And I used to concentrate. I was a very studious and I was a very first bencher, like concentrating on studies always, come back from the college and again go through whatever teachers have taught, do good revision, writings. I would prepare the questions and answers myself. And I was like always preparing and understanding the subject. And in the MA, they encouraged us to learn the texts. So that is another thing I learned.
Learn means learn by heart?
Learn by heart without seeing. I was able to give lot of texts like Sahitya Darpana. In the second year we had Sahitya Darpana, Kavya Prakasha, Dhvanya Loka. So these are very serious texts of Sahitya. Okay, so these texts also I used to learn by heart and use it in the examination.
So this idea of learning by heart came to you in the early years of the first MA.
Yes, correct. Yes, it was like that. And then like for the PhD, then we shifted to like Tirupati. Then I asked my mother, like there is one classmate of mine, I fondly remember her today, Durga, Kanaka Durga Rani, her name, we used to call her Durga. Like Akka is like this thing for like Didi, like the students call me Didi, right? So it's like Didi in Telugu. So I used to call. So she told me like I still like those words. There is a place in Tirupati. There is a university in Tirupati. In that university, all the students speak in Sanskrit. You know how they communicate with each other? They come from different parts of India and they stay in the hostel. So they talk about food. They talk about like anything, shopping, all the things in Sanskrit. I said, is it so? And she said, yes. And if two people meet on the road, how they converse, she showed me. So how she converses. Kim khaditam अधुना भोजनं किम्, अधुना स्वास्थ्यं कथम् अस्ति, अधुना कक्षा अस्ति, चल चल कक्षां गच्छावः. So only she, I was like, then I went home and said, to my mother, mother, let us go to Tirupati. So she said, what, are you gone crazy? Are you out of your wit? Something happened to your brain? How can we go to Tirupati? Our place is Hyderabad, so we are going to do everything in Hyderabad. Our life is here. So then slowly, like things changed. By 2008, she agreed. Like I was like all the time behind her. Let's go to Tirupati. Let's go to Tirupati. It was like for two ladies, like me and my mother alone, coming to Tirupati, shifting the place, getting a house here in the university, like studies and all. It was a very like impossible task for us. But then she, for my sake, like seeing my interest for Sanskrit, she agreed and she came, lived all alone apart from my brothers. Like we were separated just because of my studies. But she was all the time there with me until my PhD finished.
So how many years took the PhD?
Actually, we came for PhD in 2008, but as I told, I had to do the MA again, isn't it? So
Right.
it was like I wanted to do Shabdabad. By this time, another thing happened. When I finished my MA in Sahitya in the Osmania University in the year 2003, one senior was there. So he was from linguistics. He did his MA linguistics. When I was doing MA Sanskrit, he was my senior doing MA linguistics. He told me, do you know there is something that started lately? It's called natural language processing. It's called NLP, and it's like where you apply language to computers. I said, how is it possible? How can computer like what's the relation? For me, computer was a different entity and Sanskrit was a different entity. But he told me that Sanskrit is applicable to computers. He is the one who showed me the way to that. Then I started, like when I told you that gap period was there. So we got the internet installed in our house for the first time. The computer came. Like we had computer in the back era, the 256 GB, and so 256 model. I don't know what that 256. That 456 was in our house. When everybody had 256, we had 456 in our house. And after that, then Pentium came. So when in the year 2003, then we completed 4 or 5. 2005, computer came back to me. So that computer stays with me till today. I mean, we changed it like twice, but the computer still the desktop computer we got. Then at that point,
so for the last 20 years, you've been with the computer.
Yes. I was the best hater of computer. Let me be very frank here. I hated computer like anything. When there was a debate like the usage of computers in my degree college, I participated against. Computer is not good. Computer is bad for humans. I would say you would stop thinking by yourself. You would depend on it. It's good. It's bad. It's like separating people. It's bringing down the employment. People started working by machine, and the human power will be like less and less. I argued on this lines. I was such a person. But later, when this computer came, then I had to apply Sanskrit to computer, isn't it? So now I have a purpose. Why I should like computer and all. I did a course. I learned how to, my brothers helped me. Both my brothers like hand-holded me and helped me how to use the computer. What is MS Word? They could give, like I used to work with Telugu. And like Telugu and Sanskrit scripts were not very Unicode wasn't there yet. At that time, I don't know if
it was there, but it was unknown to India.
India, yes. The people around me never knew. They don't even know the word. Okay, so then
they don't know it even nowadays. I mean, when I was like in Pune in the Bhandarkar Oriental Institute or in the Deccan Sanskrit College, they are still not aware. So 20 years after, they are still not aware of the word Unicode. So that means that yes, it's very strange that India does not know nothing that happens outside India. This is always, I get that feeling.
Yeah, they are attached to something and they just hold it. They don't want to go out of that, shell kind of. I see it like they use the pagemaker, they use the Anu fonts, they use the Kriti, they have fonts for
Yes,
Devanagari.
so this is why I love this Kupa Manduka Nyaya. It describes the best India.
True. Many Indians are like that. I agree, totally agree. And give me one moment. It got faded. Just one moment. Yeah, yes. Okay. So this is how it was. Then my brothers would go outside and find out, oh, what should we use for Devanagari? What should we use for Telugu? For my sister, we need. And they used to bring those programs and install in the computer so that I can use. So they used to discover, they used to find out and all. They helped a lot. They helped. Today I'm doing whatever, like all the base for that one, very groundwork they did for me. So they connected me how to use the internet, my how to browse and all. My younger brother would sit beside me and say, so you have to hit this, the Google works like this. They used to explain, like, if you use this term, all the this all the outputs which come are not related to you. You should not open every link. Use this, all that's all the basic things they taught me. And then I discovered one thing, like this natural language processing. I started browsing for it. That attracted me a lot. Then he also told me that work is going on in Tirupati University, this Vidya Pita. He also told me this information. So then I was like, one thing my classmate told me, another thing this my senior told me, and now I have every reason to dream of Tirupati. Okay, so then I started browsing. Then I got this Amba Kulkarni madam, those people that natural language processing.
But which is strange because they are like Hyderabad, and you move away from Hyderabad, which is Ambas Kulkarni's place, and you go to Tirupati, which is not Ambas Kulkarni's place.
Actually, I met Amba Kulkarni madam in Hyderabad. They said we are moving to different place from there. I think she said Bhopal or some other place they were all going. If you want, you can come along with us. But my mother said my health would not be very good, so my mother didn't agree for that. Then, like the initial NLP work happened in Tirupati. Actually, before Amba madam shifted to Hyderabad, it was like in Tirupati that all the thing was based. Okay, so this person was right. My senior at that point of time was right, but by the time I decided and wanted to shift to Tirupati, everything got closed here. So the university did not
So
like
you got that seed, but that seed could not grow at that time,
at that time.
in
Correct.
that place.
Yes. Like had I good health and had I like been blessed with good opportunity, they would never say no. I would have been like one of them working with the like different kinds of projects and all.
Understood.
But
You would become the part of the Amba Kulkarni's team.
yes, 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 yes. I met her. I met her. She really like she was such a like high position lady. But when I went, she was like speaking to any like somebody's with my understanding. She came down to my understanding level and communicated with me. Tried to explain me. See, this is what we are doing. If you can contribute, you can come. But at that time, my knowledge of Sanskrit was very less. Very less. Like the word division and all what all I craved for was not yet inside me. Okay, I was not like capable.
You were not
not
yet ready.
Yes, yes, true.
To be able to actually help.
Yes, yes, true.
The field of Sanskrit computational linguistics.
Yes, though it was attractive for me, but I was not capable. I was not technically skilled to use either computer or I didn't know any programming either. So I was neither from the programming background, I was nor from the language background, let alone grammar. Grammar was not even my cup of tea at that time. Though I did it in my MA, but my knowledge was very less. So then the only attraction remains, only the pull remains. Then comes this book to me, which had a name. That magical name, like changed my life again. Okay, it was like name of my Acharya sir, K.V. Ramakrishnamacharyalu. The whole book has several chapters, and I still remember maybe the fourth and fifth chapter is written by this person, and that gives like the grammatical like the base needed for computational linguistics to grow. So he was just writing this chapter to give some. It was very initial stages that this book came. He worked on those two chapters. It gave all the inputs from Panini. So Panini was not a new name for me, but actually I didn't know the actual actual work, how to connect and all that. He explained in very simple, like for the students level. I said, man, I now know where to go. So this is the name of the person who is in the Tirupati Vidya Pita. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's start for the journey, I said. Then all this, she is saying no and all this happened, but that remained in my heart. Then in 2007, I tried once for the admission and all. It didn't happen in Vidya Pita. Then again in 2008, we could go. We could go back to Tirupati. And then the admission happened. They said, like now, like I said, where is this sir? Where is this person called K.V. Ramakrishna Where is he? I said, no, he doesn't stay here. He stays in now he is in Rajasthan. He's working VC there. So imagine my
So you
mother.
were hunting someone. People change the places, and you get always in the one previous place where the person was.
It always happens. So I went to Tirupati, shifted there, got a house for rent. We started paying for everything we started. And now I know that that person for whom I came here to do PhD under him or whatever, take some guidance and all. So he's not there in Tirupati.
Right.
It was like from February till June. My mother would say, like each single day from February, towards the end of the February 2008, we were in Tirupati, 21st. I still remember the date. From then to my admission into MA Vyakarana. Until that point, it was like every day up, down, whether I'm going to join the university or no. I didn't know. I used to every day go to the university, meet the professors, talk about my aim, this, that. So when the admissions happen in India, usually around June to July. June, July is the admission month. And then by that time they denied. They said, no, you cannot do PhD. You're not ready.
You cannot do PhD, so they proposed to do another MA.
Yes, true. So they said, they asked me a question like, do you want the subject or degree? So PhD is the degree and subject is computational linguistics or Vyakarana, whatever.
Right.
So what do you want? What do you choose? I said, I want subject. Then they said, you have to do MA. If you want subject, you have to do MA. If you want a degree, PhD, then go for Sahitya because you have a specialization in Sahitya. So there, then the computational linguistics course was there in Vidya Pita, but not much. It was in a very bad condition. Not good professors, not good. Inside the nobody paid attention to that course. So they asked me to choose Vyakarana. So they agreed. Actually, Vyakarana also they would not agree. They said, okay, it's up to you. The professor understood my pain and said, it's up to you. We'll give you a chance. If you can do it, do it. Otherwise, people fail because Vyakarana MA level needs lot of input from the BA level and all. You're not even traditional student. You're not even trained under some individual scholar and all. He said, better go for something which suits you. I said, no, I will die for this subject. I cannot take another subject. I will die for it. I cannot survive without computational linguistics anymore. It's a point of my life and death now. You have to guide me. Then he said, go for Vyakarana. That will also help you in understanding the computational linguistics better. And yes, he was right. He was really right. And from my linguistics I shifted to Vyakarana side. Now I get the ground of Panini, lot of Panini for 2 years, 2 complete years, totally Shastra teaching, and I knew what a Shastra is now. Shastra happens to be much. I did it in MA level, but as I told you, it was always like exam, not much into subject. Though I know what a subject is.
So the second MA was the first time you actually got into the subject and not the marks.
Yes, correct. Marks also was important for me. For others, only marks are important. But for me, along with subject, marks are also important. That was my state. So in this MA, I did not care for marks. I cared only for subject. I developed it. I studied and I took the challenge. My professors helped me. I was not a very good, brilliant in Vyakarana, but
right.
I managed it.
So what kind of disciplines were in this second MA?
In the second MA, we had some part of Siddhanta Kaumudi, Namadhatu Prakarana maybe, and we had Jnapaka Sangraha, Mahabhashya. We had most from Nagesha Bhatta, selections from Nagesha Bhatta, Laghu Shabdendu Shekhara. We had Paribhashendu Shekhara, 2 texts from him. And we had some Nyaya also, Tarka Bhasha also we had. Tarka Sangraha we had. And Vakya Padiyam. this Brahma Kandam of the Vakyapadiyam, Bhartrihari's Vakyapadiyam. And the Siddhanta Kaumudi parts, Bhashya, Mahabhashya, that's all. I don't remember any other texts. Mostly we discuss these, yeah. At this point, I got like a very good feel of Vyakarana, a very good feel of it through the, like, though I did not understand much, I enjoyed the classes, I connected with this thing, because with this degree, it was always, this degree would help me to like do the competition, that is what I want. But
Right.
my professor sir was right, I developed that insight now because of the, this knowledge grew in the, like, what is the purpose of Vyakarana, what exactly Vyakarana does and how it contributes to the linguistics field. It is one of the linguistic field. Linguistics is bigger and grammar happens to be a sub part of it. Now I have more grip on that also.
So by what year did you finish the second MA?
2010, year 2010. From 2008.
So for the last 15 years is the actual time of the real work for Sanskrit.
Yes. It was that. And like more grip came to me. These professors, yes, they excellently helped me. But there are 2 points which happened. I want to go back to my first MA in Hyderabad, the Sahitya MA. I told you that I didn't have much idea about Siddhanta Kaumudi Sutra, how it works at that point of time. But immediately after that, my mother did Telugu MA. My mother did Telugu MA in the distance mode. I used to visit her classes. I used to be like silent. Nobody would pick me up. I was like accompanying my mother. In that, there was Telugu professor came. His name was Keshavulu sir. Okay. He was explaining Telugu Sutra in the class. Like Telugu also has got wonderful grammar in the same lines as Sanskrit.
What is the name of the grammar?
It's called Bala Vyakaranam. Bala Vyakaranam. The author name is Chinnaya Suri. Chinnaya Suri is the person. And this person had, this Keshavulu sir was like teaching how the sutra works, and like we have like Rama as Pratipadika, and in Sanskrit it is Ramaha, which develops the vibhakti added word will be Ramaha.
Right.
In Telugu it is Ramudu. Udu, we say Udu for the like male, for a masculine we have Udu.
Right.
Then he said, like we have in the vibhaktis do. Do is the only vibhakti which is added, then it will become Ramadu. Rama, if you add do, it will become Ramadu. But it is Ramudu. Then he told the U comes from another sutra. For Rama, the Pratipadika, this U comes and it joins here and then do. That by again another, like, this insight happened. Another flash happened. There I connected that excitement again. I remember till today. The class, whenever such things happen, Mark, I remember that that fanciful and that blissful kind of where I forget the word.
Right.
Now I know that moment was like while I was undergoing, I did not know that it was so important. But at a later point of time, I realized these were the connecting points in my education system. So it was sometimes one professor, sometimes a word from a book or some show, some talk show I'm just randomly hearing. That happens. It happens in everybody's life. But this is how I connected. So at that point of time, this person helped me how a sutra works and all. Then I connected with Sanskrit and then I started working. Like then this MA, when I came to the second MA, that is in the Vyakarana subject, this helped me a lot. Okay, that is.
So your mother's MA helped yourself as well, understanding the basic principles of Vyakarana.
Correct. And that through Telugu he explained. Then I thought, okay, the word, they are talking of the different parts of the word, the sub parts of one single word, the prakriti, the pratyaya. Then they are trying to join, they are trying to work out whatever has changed from the basic form to the final form. So this is the whole idea about the Vyakarana. This is what I understood. Then the second step. So when I did my second MA, the same condition again. So this is full world of Vyakarana. It's a huge world of Vyakarana. And like my MA, the Sahitya MA, where the small part of Kaumudi was there, it is nowhere seen in this. That knowledge is nowhere helpful for me right now. in my in the year 2008 to 2010. Then in the year 2011, I visited Pushpa Dikshit ji. So she's from the Bilaspur, the place Chhattisgarh in middle India. Somebody told us, like, once we are into the field of vyakarana, we know some great people around those areas. Then we came to know about this person. So I actually wanted to send my friend there, but her brother said, "Oh, how can she send you alone?" Then I had to accompany my friend. So
Okay,
from
so you
that,
accompanied your friend and met a person who guided you further?
yes, it is like 1 month Shibira, the camp that she does every year, and I have been a part of it with her. And that again got lot of input. It was not flashy for 1 second or 2 seconds. It was like total how the system works. So the whole
So
system,
it was a grammar camp.
grammar, total Panini, and total Ashtadhyayi. It is through like
So like 10 hours per day grammar?
not 10 hours, but at least, yeah, 4 to 5 hours per day. Then I
Okay.
used to we used to practice, we used to have a lot of discussions along with my friend, and all this like happened. And that 1 month also helped me a lot to pick up the Vyakarana. Then I became, I don't say perfect, but at least some direction was there within me, because Shastra is a tough job. Shastra, as they put it, it is 12 years of learning. It's 12 years complete dedication that you can develop a Shastra inside you. So I did not give that much time in my life. But
Right.
whatever I gave made me Ушей Санкой right now, whom you are seeing, whatever knowledge, whatever this thing. I don't say I'm not a perfect person. Like even what I wanted to reach the state, I'm not in that state. But that's why I call myself a linguist. I'm more a linguist than a grammarian.
Okay, you're a linguist, but you have written your PhD in Sanskrit and you have done a lot of talking in Sanskrit for the Yoma courses. Can you name out the courses? I mean, you've reached the point where you can actually speak Sanskrit at a level of freedom you were aiming for, like, right?
Yes. By the year 2010, like once I started in Vidya Pit, it was all Sanskrit. So with like co-students, with the professors, with anybody like in the university, within university, we had to communicate only in Sanskrit. So that developed in me the speaking skills and all. And
So
because
how many years did the Vidya Pita, Tirupati Vidya Pita last?
I did like 2 years MA with Vyakarana, and from 2010 I win my NET. Like there is one national eligibility test, something for like lecturership. So it's called UGC NET, University Grants Commission National Eligibility Test. So that I cleared. That I cleared in that year 2010, and I joined my PhD under one professor,
In
Shri.
2010.
In 2010, yes.
And
Once
finalized it in
16, like 15, I submitted my thesis and I was awarded in 16. It was that.
understood. So that means a total of like 6 years.
6 years, yes, 6 complete years. You can say on and off, like 1 year, 1.5 year it took for me to make the idea, like what my PhD is about. To understand it, it took 1.5 year.
So
Day in,
you didn't have that idea of the dhatu karaka akanksha. You didn't have it initially, right?
no, it's not my idea. It's the professor sir's idea who took me his idea. He just said, and Professor S.S. Murthy. He is my guide in the PhD Vidya Pit, Vyakarana department. Now he is retired. Now he is in like Pune. I think he's working in Bori as the emeritus or that. Yes. And
So you were lucky to find such a professor of such a high level of standard.
Yes. He's a very good grammarian, and he has been again traditional. He's not a modern Sanskrit student. He's from traditional background, from the family. His family, his Sripada, his like family name is Sripada. Like you have like Soons, or you have your second name. So his second name is very famous for scholars and writers, literary people. So he's from such a family. Yes, we have a lot of people in Vidya Pita from good family backgrounds and good knowledge since like eras. like from their generations, there are like they are with Sanskrit. There are such people. So he guided me in this Dhatu Karaka Akanksha. That is the topic which was given from the computational linguistics background, joining the Vyakarana knowledge. And my work is more about theory. It's not like practical application didn't happen, though we had to develop it. But I can guide someone if they are making some, the computer programming or something. Then I can guide them how to do it.
How to do what?
How to do the connection, like how to apply.
Connection of what with what?
It's like the first, like we have to understand what is the akanksha. Akanksha is expectation. Like when a dhatu is there, when a verb is there, it is expecting so and so case, like the so and so karaka. Karaka we cannot totally translate it to English, but we can roughly call it case. Okay, so I eat a mango is like I is the doer, the agent of the action. Mango is the one who is the object of the action. Agent of the action I, mango is the object, and eat is the verb. Now I eat what? A mango. So this mango happens to be an expectation of eat. So when I eat, I do have an expectation of some food object, something which is related to food when I eat something. Similarly, if I talk of I sleep, can I sleep an object? Like, can I sleep? No. So sleep is an intransitive and eat is a transitive. So what does it mean? The eat needs an object, but sleep doesn't need an object. So sleep is intransitive, it doesn't expect any. So now in the AI systems, in the large systems of the machine translation in the AI, they are looking for limiting the, but like bringing down the language expanse. They are trying to what you call it, like when they are using a particular verb, what are the cases that are expected? They want to just tick mark. There are like 7 cases, 7 plus 1, including vocative. So they want to bring down, like eat will take karta, yes, the agent is taken, the karma, the object is taken, the adhikarana, the 7th case, the locative is taken, and does it take the tritiya instrumental? I eat with my hand. Yes, it takes instrumental. Does it take dative? I eat for like bringing down my hunger, satisfying my hunger. Yes, it takes the dative. Does it take ablative? I eat from a plate. Yes, it takes it. So the eat will take all the 6 or 7 cases it takes. So now we tick mark them. Now the AI is trained. So when you look for eat or anything around eating, all the similar words that mean eat and drink and all this, so you can apply these cases, you can look for them. So when you are like using the verb sleep, then you need not look for a transit. It's not transit, so you need not look for an object. Okay, so this is how like I studied, like I picked up the different dhatus. Then my professor sir gave me one more idea, another professor for whom I came to Tirupati. So he also gave me, Acharya sir also gave me a lot of inputs, and he used to have like heavy discussions, hours together. I used to visit his home and he used to guide me. My professor sir, he is this like Vidya Pita professor. He also used to guide me a lot. Then he told me like you have to what you call make group of verbs. Don't take individual dhatus. It will take long time for you. There are 2000 and plus the upasarga added dhatus and so many. So why don't you take a grouping? So how can I base my grouping now? Now I cannot do the grouping myself. Then there was this book called Akhyata Chandrika. My professor sir gave me another book, Kriya Paryaya Pada Nighantu. It is in Telugu script and it is like Sanskrit text in Telugu script. Somebody printed it lately and somebody gifted him. He said, "Oh, Usha, it will be a very good use to you. Will you go through this and let me know?" I said, yes. So there are like meaning-wise dhatu clusters. And it was like very limited. It was not very exhaustive work. It is limited. Then this Akhyata Chandrika came, which is much exhaustive, much more elaborate and covering many, many dhatus. And I had like only gum, like to go, it had 80. so many dhatus along with the upasargas and all that listed total. I was like dancing now. I was dancing with happiness, and I picked up like if I put this as for one group, like what karakas it takes, that was enough for me. Okay, it is like one.
It
Sorry.
is it is
Yes.
not a question of different dhatus. It's a question of groups of dhatus and the karakas they take.
Yeah, based on meaning. Like so, the eight meaning dhatus. There are many like
Right.
bhaksha, khada, ada. Okay, all these are there, and we have like funny things like gobble, like gobbling. We have swallowing, some kind
Right.
of that. So such all together, it had given me. Then I got help of somebody from Russia, a very nice person who helped me in my thesis and to work with it, and with his guidance and with his like he developed a document which had all the examples. So the most challenging part in my thesis was to have the examples from the
And
like
this is where our love, my love for dhatus and your love for dhatus united.
yes, true, true, true. And I had that document from Anton. Anton, I still remember him. He developed it for me and he gave me, and I still have those with me. Sometimes I visit them, and I gave it to my friend also for her. She wanted some work from that. I said, you can take it, you can use it. It's a
Okay.
wonderful work. Even today, like
So this
I'm
is
very
where the Russian and Indian Sanskrit ties got together.
sure. Yes, that is the point. And I'm very glad about it. Yes.
Yes, this is how we actually met. I mean, because you were thinking I'm a girl, and I wrote about this dhatu topic because in 2014 was my PhD defense, but so I wrote maybe like 1 year before that. I needed help. I mean, there are so many dhatu koshas, and they are in so many ways different. So I wrote that post at the BVP. And there was only one reply, and that reply was from Ушей Санкой.
And Marcis Gasons thinks that Ушей Санкой is a boy. Okay, that's it.
You can never be sure what who you are dealing with in India. You're from reading the name, you are never sure. Is it a boy or is it a girl?
Sure, sure. And English doesn't let us, understand that. Somebody called you madam. In that, somebody wrote, reply. They
Right.
said they didn't help you, but they said madam. So I thought, sure, this is a lady. I can work with a foreign.
You are safe now.
Yes.
And then I proposed we do a video call because we cannot do a lot of dhatu work, dhatu patha work, if we actually don't see each other. And then the call happened and it was too late.
Yes, but it was good. I never regretted it. It was like far more fetching for me. It was like the brother sister day, the Rakhi, Raksha Bandhana day, the Sanskrit Divas and all of year the 2013. Year 2013, August. I don't remember the date, but it was the day by Indian calendar was the Raksha Bandhan day. We first time talk, and
And your mother was there in the call, I believe?
yes, she was there, but not in the recording. She was there beside me, sitting and
Right.
watching me all the time. And then she said, he's a good boy. He's a very good boy. You can work with him. I was very happy. I was glad that she
Because
was.
in India, I mean, it's not in Russia, people don't actually understand that in India, a girl cannot just go outside the house, I mean, without a brother.
Yes, it is that. It is that situation. And even I was like we say in Telugu, Talli Chatu Bidda. That means like hiding behind the mother. I'm a girl hiding behind the mother. Not never like apart from my universities, I never walk anywhere with confidence. Only in the school, college, and university, I'm myself. All other places, I'm a little like timid kind of. And to work with a foreigner was really challenging for me. Okay, and like my
Not
mother,
only foreigner, but a boy.
boy and a foreigner. Okay, much different in culture, much different in lot of things. So we had to talk in the odd times, odd hours, and she would object sometimes, like, "Why are you talking in the odd hours?" I said, "We are discussing about now he got time, that's why." But she would always understand. She would always support. And like I was for a long time, I was shy. For a long time, I was like, I don't know if I'm doing right or wrong, kind of. But we were always working. Like the thing I liked in you was you're always connected with work, and You connected me with my real work. So that is where the change happened in life. 2013 is a year I will never forget. I will never forget that year.
And through me, you got to know what's happening in the bigger world outside India, which means the Sanskrit Cologne Dictionary Project and Dhaval Patel and Jim van der Berg. So these are the people, my bigger family you came in touch with.
Right. I was always surprised how you met Indians, how you talk with them, how you connect with the scholars, how you go. Then you told me that you would like go to their houses, you would sit, you would discuss and all. You'd also want me to meet. Every like third day, I would have a new person waiting for me on my Skype, friend request sent. Now connect, now talk. And Srivatsa is also one of them. We
Yes,
connected Manoj Anna from
Manojana, yes,
uh,
and
many people I met through you. I'm like really thankful, and they still continue to be there in my contacts, and we talk, and it's good. Like it was then I learned. Like then I said, please stop. I can't connect with more people. So I'm a like timid person. I cannot like go out from my home and this comfort zone. I cannot go out. So then you stopped. So it was like your PhD and Palsule. I really loved Palsule work, now work.
yeah, so it was only in 2019 when I went to Pune, I actually saw for the first time in the library how Palsula looked. I mean, of course, I knew his PhD by heart, but I didn't even know how he looked. And so in Pune, like only a few years ago, I actually saw that person.
Right. You shared that photograph with me also. It's like goosebumps time for me. Every day I would celebrate like a festival because I had to learn a lot. Every second day you would teach me whatever your work demanded, and it all still helps me. Like people ask me later, like, how do you know all these things? You're a command on computers. You are like I learned Adobe. I know how to use the PDF, how to use the Google Docs, how to use the Skype, even like every little thing you would handhold me and teach me. It was like really helpful in my all the way through, even today.
And these were the days of the research,
Yes.
because lately, both my end and I believe your end as well, we had less time for research. We had to do more of teaching. I had a time when I had more time needed for book preparation and teaching, and you were going from for an offline teaching as well. So can you compare actually? So you have an option of Indian students online, Russian speaking students online, and Indian students offline. So what was your experience? It was your latest experience like last year, right? The
Yeah.
offline teaching at the
Oh,
university. Can you tell about it?
yes. It was like in the year, like last year, 23, right? 23 June, I went to that university as Vyasa. Then 24 June I came back. 25 June I came. 24
So
and
for
25.
1 year you were
24.
teaching. You had a dream to be a teacher at a university, right?
Yes. I
And your
had.
dream got fulfilled.
Yes. Even before that, I was working in a university like named University of Silicon Andhra. I want to tell about that university
Right.
first. So I was hired, like I was working in Vyoma. Like once my mother left me in
What is Vyoma?
Vyoma. I want to tell about Vyoma first. It's like in the year 2019, my mother became divine, and in after 1 month, I was in Vyoma. Vyoma is an institute. It's called Vyoma Linguistic Labs. So it's like language, like they work on Sanskrit projects. They are like teaching, chanting, and like making some books, some modules for learning. So they engage different teachers from different places through online. It's a virtual place. It's not like it's an institute. Now it's a corporate organization. So where the people are employed, they are just maintaining a website. So through this website, they call like different teachers to connect. They use the Zoom, different platforms.
So it's
Both
become huge, right?
it's now very huge, very big, very. There are like
So
more than
hundreds of different courses are there on mainly Sanskrit
many.
topics.
Yes, like Vyakarana, like Nyaya, like Sahitya, like many things, Vedic topics, Bhagavad Gita, like individual small texts which are in the different Sanskrit courses. Like we have separate Sanskrit exams, like private Sanskrit exams from Chittur Sabha, Sura Saraswati Sabha, then Sanskrit Bharati, then Bharati Vidya Bhavan. These are the four major ones which conduct the exams. And those people, Vyoma people, give guidance for those exams also. There is no samstha related to Vyoma. It's called GGSS. It's like Gita Govinda Samskrita Sangha. So from that also, through that also, there are a lot of courses in the offline mode. In Bangalore, yes, in there. So these two like brothers are the products of that Mata, that motherly person, Ananta Lakshmi ji. So she, Ananta Lakshmi Nataraj, she is the one who is the guiding power behind this. So Vyoma is an outshoot of all their endeavors. They wanted to name it. So they have already known. It's a long time they have been associated with GGSS. Since last 10 plus 5, maybe 15 years passed that they established Vyoma. And then they slowly why not teach Sanskrit through online mode? So there was like first of its kind, they started it as a institution, as a, something which is endeavor, some enterprise, something like a solid form of some dream. So then they started like slowly courses, developing products. They developed a Sandhi product, how to understand yourself content, how to understand like like a Sandhi, Samasa, like these different concepts. Whatever they found, they could put hand on. They started giving, and people liked it, them and all.
And they've become the biggest one, I believe, online, isn't they, in India?
Yes, yes. There is one more called Indica. I don't know if they are doing as elaborate as Vyoma. I don't know their fields. Vyoma does not, apart from teaching also, they have a lot of other activities. But I think Indica is more on teaching. I don't know much about it. But yes, biggest is Vyoma. I'm associated with. I'm very happy. They also started children's wing. They started the adults exams, one non-exams, just for interest. They were so many people around like 40s, 50s, and until 80s. I conduct their exams also. I am a judge for their exams. I get to meet like excellent people from all over India, from North India, from even like somebody from Russia also came to the exam. So it's like that. It's like many countries are also a part of Yoga. So I've worked there for 1 year as a office in the office atmosphere as an employee. Then I came out. Then they took me as a teacher. I'm a full-time teacher now with that. So then I fondly call them Anna, that Venkat Anna and Vishwanath. They are really good siblings of like my siblings there. So I stayed beside their house and they really cared me. They were not just employers for me. They still are like my brothers, and I visit their house. They also come here when they come to Tirupati. It's like that. So it's a very good relationship I've got with them. That's my first work experience. I mean, apart from teaching, so I did office work and my English knowledge was more this thing there. Then when I became teacher, they offered me the first course, the Sanskrit poets, famous Sanskrit, introduction to famous Sanskrit poets. So I took 10, 15 poets, I think I took. Yes, 10 or 15 poets we took.
Do you remember by heart any of the sentences in these lectures? Can you just read out just some Sanskrit, just to have a sense of how easily you actually can speak in Sanskrit? Just you told it this something in English, and can you tell it the same time in Sanskrit, just to show how fluent you are?
Uh, so one day before the course started, it was like I was myself had a like until so I knew how to write Sanskrit and speak Sanskrit by 2003 when I did my
Right.
Usman University MA. But I never worked my hand on it. In Vidya Pit, I got to one zenith level, and then again I dropped off from that, and I didn't know how good I was. Then this course happened. Then I tested myself. I put one recording and I started speaking on Vyasa. It went for half an hour and I was satisfied that yes, I can speak. So the same thought I had.
Can you tell about that course in 2 sentences in Sanskrit now?
तत्र संस्कृत कवीनां जीवनानि तेषां चरित्राणि च आसन्. There were Sanskrit lives of Sanskrit poets and their work. Okay, so their life and work was discussed. Histories. Okay, histories were discussed. तेषु अन्यतमः कालिदासः, कालिदासस्य जीवनम् अधिकृत्य अहम् अवदम्। तस्य कृतयः सर्वे तत्र उक्ताः, के काः कृतयः तस्य सन्ति इति। Whatever works he did, Kalidasa is one of them, the poets, and whatever works he did, I spoke on them. And सा कक्षा कस्यचित् परीक्षायै आसीत्. That course was there for some exam. Okay, so some exam course it was. So that way, it's okay. संस्कृते वक्तुं शक्नोमि, अधिकं विषयः अस्ति चेत् सम्यक् वक्तुं शक्नोमि. If there is a topic, then yes, we can speak like that.
So I was impressed that the day I understood that your PhD is in Sanskrit. So there are lots of PhDs on Sanskrit, but when I understood that it's in Sanskrit and that that your lectures at Vyoma are in Sanskrit, I thought, great. It really impressed me. I always got that. I had that feeling that you were with Sanskrit since your childhood years, but only now I understand that the level of the mastering came rather lately.
Yes, sure. In Vidya Pita, yes, it happened 100% in Vidya Pita. Totally realized there because of vyakarana background. That too. I mean, in Vidya Pita also people speak Sanskrit, but they are not that grounded. They speak all wrongs, forms. They are not sure which case to use in which place. All that. But I had that clarity because of my vyakarana background. So there are categories like vyakarana people speak the best Sanskrit. It's like that.
So what was the experience compared your offline teaching year in the university and the years of online teaching to Russian students, to some Indian students? What's the difference? You find it hard, the offline schedule? What's your experience?
See, if we deal with offline students, there is one advantage. One advantage is you can touch them. You can touch them by your aura. There is kind of vibrations, what we call as the being of a person, the bearing of a person. So we know whom we are teaching, whether he is able to or she is able to understand by their looking at their faces, by their reactions, actually it's known to the heart. Okay, in the online we have that disadvantage, but I now discover that even that is not a stopping point. So at one point I used to think maybe in the online mode the teachers have some back point where they have to be not sure if the student is able to understand or not, because not because of the camera, not because of all this, but the direct that vibrations working. But now it is not now I understand, even in the online mode I understand. So there is literally no, according to me, as far because I'm teaching Sanskrit and chanting, maybe in some spiritual things where the spiritual knowledge is required and where the religious things are required, I don't think online is a good mode. But as far as chanting is concerned, like some explanations, texts are concerned, I don't think it's a barrier. In the university, people used to come, the students used to come to me, meet me. They used to say, we understood this, we didn't understand this, we have a doubt. They used to bring the books and can you correct us? We did this and all. So that touch I won't have with the online students. They can make a picture of what they wrote, and so I can in the offline mode, I can really touch their books, see their writing, and it is more like physical. It's a little enriching experience. That's all. I don't think we miss anything much in online. It's equally rewarding. Both are equally rewarding. Yes.
The offline is more tiresome.
Yes, true. Offline is more tiresome. True. I didn't think in this line, but once you mention it, it is 100% yes. It's very tiresome. Because they are talking sometimes, they are disturbing the class. So we have to even younger, or I thought only little boys and girls make noise. But no, I had all 20 years plus students sitting in the class making the hell, the top go away. So it was like so noisy in the class. I used to shout, my voice would go away. So now online teaching saves my voice. Okay, I can say that.
Right. So, is there a difference between the Russian and the Indian students?
Yes, yes.
So
there is
we've been teaching Russian students 5 years at full mode and more than 8 years at medium mode. So let's say last 5 years, it's like almost on daily basis.
Right, yes. I've been connected with them. Russian students are they're not academic. So this is where I have a little this thing to compare. When I say student, when we say student, it is not one single aspect that we are comparing. All my Russian students are non-academic, and all my Indian students are academic. That is one thing. So they are always thinking about exams, marks, and they're more about they're concerned about their ranks because of the future as a career, whatever. So they are not dealing with the subject directly. But Russian students are all non-academic. They come with interest. They come with interest to learn. They have the respect to learn, and they pay 100% attention to what is being said. They follow it and they show results. I think in all these 8 years of like passive and active teaching that I did, there is not even a single student who did not show even single small change for good. So they all improved. They all showed improvement. Okay. After that, they leave off. They again join back. Even then, it takes only some time for them to connect back. They're always showing improvement is always tangential. That I observed. They are sincere. They are hardworking, and in fact, they taught me like how to learn. I remember like when I started. See, it's more as a teacher. One drawback is that you're always teaching, that you're learning for teaching. Though I'm a 100% learner all the time, but it is only for teaching. So I wanted to learn something new so that I know what the student is undergoing. So I learned. I tried my hand on Russian. So we had Olga Kiprianova, my Russian teacher. So previously my student, but then she turned my teacher. So she taught me Russian. Now, when I was comparing like how the sounds, how the new sounds were like very tough on my tongue, how I was like feeling the difficulty, then I realized the greatness of my students, how they are able to do it, not with ease, but how much work they might have put behind this. There are some sounds which are different from Russian to Sanskrit, and they are like the tongue won't go there very easily, but still these students thrive for it. They are like they never undermine my guidance, and they have their own ways to like they I don't know how much they practice and what way they do it, but they are still doing it so good. They all show improvement. This is very good.
And
So
that was the reason of your learning of Russian, to understand the difficulties of the Sanskrit pronunciation of the Russian students.
yes, yes, correct. Especially pronunciation. And I had one more class of music. Like my cousin used to teach me music some 3 years back. I think I was learning music. And like since childhood, I had like part. I didn't learn music continuously, but at some point I would connect, then again disconnect, connect, disconnect. It was happening. So when I connected back with her 3 years back, then it was like good. That also gave me insights. How difficult to understand the raga, where when we are trying to keep that swara in the right position. So where I'm facing the difficulty, I saw that the students had my Russian students had the chanting students had this difficulty themselves. So when they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm making this mistake again and again, I'm sorry," I said, "No, don't say sorry. I know what difficulty you're undergoing." So I could experience their pain. I could experience their difficulty where they had sometimes my students say like this, they just exercise their tongue for some time. They're not comfortable like moving it fast here and there. Like two or three students like do this exercise of the tongue in between. So I know what they are undergoing. So this helped me a lot. So um, then I realized I'm a very bad student. Okay, I gave up my Russian, but they still are.
And still, just to show your attention, to what is happening in the process of teaching, I ask you to sing a sample of what you still do remember from the Russian language.
The toughest, that I have to take some time. I'm not ready with it.
You are thinking about the lullaby?
Yes, I'm thinking about it.
Okay, take your time.
Yeah. So I'm very comfortable with the first 4 lines. So maybe I can sing that. Though I listen from time to time. Not that I totally gave it up, but not very. I wanted to
If you have a
practice.
charming voice in Sanskritam, then that flows into the Russian as well, so don't feel shy.
Okay, it's about my pronunciation more than my voice. I don't much concentrate on the raga at this time, on the melody and at this point of time, but Пят усталые игрушки, книжки спят. Одеяла и подушки ждут ребят. Даже сказка спят ложится, чтобы ночью нам присниться. Ты пожелай, баю-бай.
So everyone born in the Soviet Union, that's a few hundred millions of people, would know this melody because it was the one which was in the evening heard before the evening story. So from the TV for tens of years, hundreds of millions of children will listen to this lullaby. So that's a very well-known one.
Yes, I loved it.
And you had another one. What else was there?
Yeah, it's like Etat mir pridumani nami. I don't remember much of it. I don't know only 2 lines of it.
Well, 2 lines would go.
I may be going wrong. I'll be. Okay, I'll sing. Tatosh tatolka raz, gadu buvает май, завлеклую зарю, не нас наводням. Supposed to yes, something else. Then she sings the 2 lines that was very attractive for me. Etat mir pridumani nami, etat mir pridumanim noi. And it goes on like different levels and all that mixing and all
Right.
really. And I then searched through the life of it. It is based on life of a singer. And I went through the song, that the picturization of the song. Then I understood that it's the life of a female singer, how she faces challenges that comes up. And my teacher explained me the meaning of it and all. I really enjoyed this song a lot. So
Right. So I do enjoy the way you read out Russian. And this is to show that I mean, even the singers who can actually sing it perfect, not all of them can teach to sing. So that's the things that I myself am trying to learn attending those chanting classes, is to understand how to actually teach, because that's not something that we were taught ourselves. I mean, we were not taught how to teach. And different issues raise up. So we are conducting these Sanskrit chanting classes, and for quite a few years now, and for year 2026 we plan to go for the Gita chanting, the 48 verses from the Bhagavad Gita. We plan to go for the Surya Stotra from the Mahabharata, and I was requesting to go for a stotra from the Abhinavagupta. So 3 kind of sources for year 2026. So I believe the main chanting will be around the Gita. I have that feeling that it will bring us the most students, and I do hope that starting from this year, we will find not only Russian, but also English-speaking students. This is what I believe in, and this is why we actually met today, that the English-speaking students from Europe would actually hear and understand if they would want to become a student of ours.
Yes.
To actually have a place to get closer to the teacher.
Right.
So what's your daily practice? Daily practice of has Sanskrit become a part of your daily life? Or was it always so?
It was always so. It's like I know, like after later part, like I don't remember in the like childhood, it was more creative work like painting, drawing, and some other thing which would attract me. But after I came to Sanskrit, I gave up everything, whatever I needed, the solace, the happiness, the self feeling, everything came from Sanskrit. So I keep telling my students also, I can stay without food in the mornings. I mean, in the night with one time food, minimum food for 3 days I can stay without eating anything whole day. In the night I take only some part. But without Sanskrit, I cannot survive even for one day. From morning to night, if I'm not with Sanskrit, if I didn't do any chanting class, if I didn't read any shloka, if I didn't do any like typing work with the analysis, word analysis or something related where Sanskrit is not there, I'm down. After the second day, I'm ill. I'm totally mentally ill. I observed it since last 10 years. It's been my life. Like total day in, day out, I've been with Sanskrit. And it's like that. After PhD, I continue to stay at home. This is what happened. And through all this talking, what I didn't mention, I want to mention that person right now. He is my guru. Okay, he's my Guru Deva, who gave me this like how Sanskrit can be academic, Sanskrit can be some knowledge that you want to have, Sanskrit can be some livelihood she can bring to you. But Sanskrit becomes life, Sanskrit becomes breath, Sanskrit becomes your being, Sanskrit comes into you that people seeing you want to learn Sanskrit. So that thing came from my guru. He trained me, Swami Prakashanandendra Saraswati Swami. So he trained me immensely, like whatever background is needed, and also direct knowledge. He also taught me, I remember I used to visit him for my like 2003 MA that I did the Sahitya MA. He used to stay beside my house, like he was in one room. So then I used to go to him, learn, like, he used to teach word, each sentence he would explain. The Yoga Darshana he explained with commentaries. And then he used to teach me Sahitya Darpana, like lot of things. Bhagavad Gita, of course, Abhigyana Shakuntalam, all we used to read the text together. He used to explain me. So this is this. I didn't even know that he's a sannyasi, he's a Vedanti, and he's much more capable of giving me like the spiritual knowledge. He can train me into mukti. I always like looked at him as a Sanskrit person. He knows Sanskrit. So the first attraction, the first point that connected us was his Sanskrit knowledge. Then later, then when I came to Tirupati, I reconnected with him. After some gap happened, then I reconnected. Then he became my spiritual teacher. And he had like imbibed in me all this discipline, all this whatever is required inside me for Sanskrit. He removed all the like bad understandings and misconceptions inside me regarding life, regarding people, regarding world, and he prepared me for this day. He prepared me for becoming me. Like he has a great role to play apart from my grandmother, my mother, my father. So these all helped me, not directly, if not directly, they helped me a lot in this journey. Okay, so that is where they play a role through me. When I'm speaking, it's not just me speaking, it's they also like the ability which was developed by continuously connecting with them is like it can never be undermined. Okay, so that is my reverence for him. He's like Without him, I would not become this. So that is where Sanskrit and this discipline becomes like, that is why I'm not able to stay without. So I have to do something or the other. It has become a religious austerity kind of thing for me. I can drop off like Shiva Puja for 1 day or 2 days, but I cannot drop Sanskrit. That is what he did to me. That is how he told me that, I mean, even if somebody tells you that you have to do something regularly to get connected to that, that itself would help you, isn't it? So this regular touch with Sanskritam itself has kept me going and feel that energy every day. Not from food, not from water, not from sun, not from like people, not from some encouragement or some, some flatteries and all that. No, I don't depend on them for my. So it's only that Sanskrit the constancy of purpose and how to connect to with yourself. Like Sanskrit is now a medium that communicates, that makes me communicate with myself. So it's not like spiritual knowledge or some religious thing that has made me like this. It's only my love for Sanskritam and his inputs, and like people like you, they have connected with me. Now I think like that work, that karma. So karmanyevadhikaraste. Bhagavad Gita, you just named. Bhagavad Gita says karmanyevadhikaraste. That means only the karma is the one which you have grip upon. You cannot depend on like I want to do karma. If I get the fruit, I will do it. If you don't think about fruit. So that is, he told me practically by living that life. Now I am living that life which he is doing it himself. I am doing that life myself, and I am into the path. His hold, I don't know. It is Vedanta. It's the knowledge of the Brahman that he is connected with. But for me, knowledge of Sanskrit is like knowledge of Brahman for the time being. At least until I discover my liberation, until I discover my path of liberation, I think I'm already on the path. I'm already on the like road of that Vedantic the fruit of Vedanta. What it's that? I think I'm achieving it through the work of Sanskrit. So that much connection. I cannot tell it in simpler words. It's like that. It's a reality in my life.
Can I ask you for a sample of chanting the same verse in different modes as you have done before, like in different tunes? Can you show how differently the same shloka can sound in Sanskrit?
Sure. Yes. Give me just one moment. First, the normal Bhagavad Gita tune only. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuh ma te sangostva karmani. Yes, this is one tune. Second one is Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuh ma te sangostva karmani. Second tune. Third one is Yoma tune. Okay, the GGSS one. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuh ma te sangostva karmani. The third tune. Fourth one, my father's tune maybe. I don't know how to develop it, but I'll have to. No, that's very difficult. I have to read that shloka. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuh ma te sangosva karmani. Maximum 4 I can.
So we had 7 we actually had as a total number, but 4 as a sample.
Yes. Others I have to like.
There are 7 ways to read the same shloka. That's absolutely amazing.
Actually, many people had like when like that project we had, that question we had from that one of the students. I think his name I forgot. Siddha. Its name was. One student asked us that question. Then what are the how many singing styles are there? That made me work on it. Then when I discovered and wrote an article on that, people thought that, oh, there are as many tunes as like the music goes. How many ragas are there in the music? So many tunes are there. But I didn't mean that. That misunderstood me in this factor, that I said, if you belong to so and so place in India, so and so region, for example, Northeast region, somebody is from Northeast region. You ask a shloka, you ask him to sing a shloka. He is Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrarupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. So this is how their tune goes. Okay, so they naturally sing in this tune. Then you need not like then you make out, oh, he's from Northeast. Somebody from Maharashtra. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते पाफलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भुः मा ते संगो स्वकर्मणि. So like this, it naturally comes to them. Whatever shloka you give,
by default, they don't even realize that there might be different ways of reading the same.
Correct. I don't know when it started. It may be of very late origin. I don't know how the forefathers did it, because we neither have the recordings, we neither have the samples or their live people who are following some tradition. So maybe if it is unchanged for eras, maybe some very old tradition, then it's only Veda. Veda is the only institution which is coming to us, and there are no tunes in Veda. There are only like swara kind of, going up, down, that much only. But we don't have tunes for suktas, I don't think. They just read plainly, and we only have them for shlokas. So shlokas and stotras are a different work altogether. They belong to a different. So this was like if you are a Telugu person, so it's like Telugu people don't have a specific tune. So we are more trained from like this Vishnu Sar. The first two tunes that I sang, maybe the Telugu person will start from there, like that.
Okay, I just remembered that you had actually lately invented a new tune for the Varnamala. So can you please read out both the Varnamalas, the classical one invented by Ушей Санкой and the new one invented by Ушей Санкой? So can you?
Yes, sure. Give me just one chance to drink some water. Okay, that's some water. Maybe you should have asked me in the beginning. We have spoke so much.
I forgot that we had this Varnamala.
Sure, yes.
For every class in the beginning and every class at the end, we have a Varnamala. So and the sample we have is the one invented by Ушей Санкой. So this is the original now will be heard.
Okay, I'll sing with the beat. Cha cha ja ja nya, ta tha da dha na, ta tha da dha na, pa pha ba bha ma, ya ra la va sha sha sa ha. And we can go on like that. So it's a tune which comes in loop. So that I like.
Right. So this is the first one.
First one, which came.
And lately, just like last year, you had the second one?
Yes. Very lately. That one is. It's also the same beat. A a I I u u r r lu e I o au am ah. Ka kha ga ga na. Cha cha ja ja nya. Ta tha da dha na. Ta tha da dha na. Pa pha ba bha ma. Ya ra la va sha sha sa ha. cannot loop this one. That is only like, we cannot come back to again, e. Like naturally that first tune goes. So these are the two tunes. And I came to know from that music teacher, the music person who came to us, that this is Mohana Raga. The first one is Mohana. I do not know the second one.
Oh,
Yes,
oh.
Mohana, she said. Yeah.
So now we know.
Yes, yes. And now I want to connect this again to my father. I told you like they used to learn music when we were very children, very kids, little
Right.
kids. They used to learn. So he used to sing that Mohana Raga Varna. So there is a kind of Varna composition in music. It's like Gagari sasari ri gagari ri sari gari sari sada sari ga pagari sari ga pagari sari ga. So like that it goes. Like I'm not
You
very
want to
like
say that this raga came out of you because your father gave it in your childhood?
childhood. Yes, yes. So they used to sing a lot. In the house there was used to be whenever they want to sing that gagari sasa. Look, we used to play and sing this. We didn't even know that it's a varna. It has a raga. They have like sariga. All that sarigamas are there. We didn't know anything. So just playfully we would play and sing this. So like that maybe it remained inside me. And Mohana always comes maybe as itself. It expresses itself. I do not know. I don't have a great liking for this, except that I heard it since my childhood. And for me, Varna means Mohana Varna. If anybody wants me to sing a Varna, I will sing Mohana Varna. Like that.
Just a few more minutes. Could you tell me about what fields were you lately in? So what are you doing? I know you do some translation. From what languages to what languages? What kind of works? What are you in?
Mostly I'm into chanting as a major this thing. And then lately, since last 2 to 3 years, I've been with Samiti. So like Hyderabad, there is a Sanskrita Bhasha Prachara Samiti. I've been teaching MA level students there. It's a teaching for the higher texts that we learned in my MA, as I told you. So those texts I teach. Then in the Arya University, now the Universities of Silicon Andhra has become Arya, ARIA, Arya University. So there I'm working. So there's like when the students are there, we teach. Otherwise, we are just like we are
Like
one
what
of.
disciplines?
It's also like Sanskrit. I'm from the Department of Sanskrit. It's like the certificate course, diploma course, and MA course.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 levels I teach. So there, when the students are sometimes there, they are not there. So it depends on like that. And then Vyoma teaching for children, I teach them the Vishnu Sahasranama, the Sankshipta Ramayana, and then some bhajans, something like not bhajans, no, not now, but previously we used to have a group. And these children like stories. Like stories is a very new this thing. Like I didn't know that I was a good or bad storyteller. Though I would enjoy telling a story always, but as a like for the Vyoma students, they started like I wanted to fill the time after the chanting happened. There used to be like 10 minutes gap every time. So I thought, let me fill it with a story. Then it became the story has become a main part of the class now.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing. That's the new.
You mean like stories that were never written before, stories of your own?
No, not stories of my own. No. Those which are popular in like Telugu children, Telugu people. And some like from study Kalidasa's story, for example. So Kalidasa, how he became like he was a very duffer in the beginning. Then he gets married to a princess. Such stories, some such stories.
Popular stories.
Yeah, popular stories. Not my own. Not my own. Though I'm a writer, of course, I write stories, but I don't tell that to children. They are like I write for
Understood.
elders. Yeah, I write novels and all that for elders. That is a different one. Then another thing is translations is from it's a project from Tirumala Tirupati Devasthana Purana Itihasa project. There is one wing of that Devasthanam Corporation. They invite scholars and they are getting all major texts from Sanskrit translated to Telugu. So they did the Puranas. They worked on the Bhagavata Purana previously. Then this professor sir of mine, like Acharyalu sir had got 10th, 11th and 12th skandhas from that. So I had helped him like with the typing and all that I worked. Then I got my own like Mahabharata translation, Vanaparva, 129 chapters of Vanaparva. I got to do the translation.
Translation to what language?
From Sanskrit to Telugu. So to Telugu. So it's like we are working on it. It's still under me, like it's like.
It was never translated to Telugu before?
No, it was translated, but they were not authentic. They were not complete. And even if people did, it was not like shloka translation.
It was not per shloka.
Per shloka. It was like total Mahabharata into like Vachanam, what you call as a prose. Only prose Mahabharata, just the translation.
A prose retelling, a prose...
Retelling, yeah, correct. Based on the shloka. But now this is what exactly is inside the shloka that we have to translate. That is the work I'm doing.
The first full academic translation.
Yes, sure. And then I'm working on the stotras. Like once our chanting classes started, the students started asking for complete stotra at once. So for that, I chose my YouTube channel as the best thing. And then I used to post.
And what's the name of the YouTube channel?
It's the World of Sanskritam. World of Sanskritam was the first YouTube channel that I started for this purpose. Then the second.
And you have a second one as well.
Yes, that is Light of Sanskritam. The Light of Sanskritam, that is another one. Swarvani Prakasha. It's like Swarvani Prakasha is the name. Light of Sanskrit. So that has all my classes, whatever I teach, like academic teaching and all that.
So they are available there for free, all your samples of stotra chanting.
Yes. In the World of Sanskritam, the stotras are all there. Whatever I teach to our students, I make one recording of it, one PPT presentation. And one Shiva Sagar helps me with the animation and all, matching the text with the audio and then putting it. It is all for like education purpose. So put it there. That is one of my other like pastimes. Like learning activities. It's a pastime for me, but for students and all, they look from a learning point of view. So it is useful for them. Then I also write songs for children. Lately, our Olga Litvinenko, she took one of the like songs.
Children's songs.
Children's song, yes.
Like what kind of song she took?
Dvichakrikayam, Varida Ayahi, Dvichakrikayam Nayamatvam. And then, I don't remember it, Dvichakra Nayamata. Then it's like children are asking the cloud, oh cloud, please come. We will hold you on my bicycle and take you to my place. Please rain there. Okay, so it's like that. Go do some rain there. It's a funny idea. And one minute, I have those songs. One more I wrote recently. I really liked it. Like Pratah Kale Utthaya Yami cha deva grihnikata kale namami bhudevim. Something like that. So it's like it's attractive for children. Sometimes a flash comes and I write the song. Okay, so it's like that. And then it's here. Pratah kale utthaya namami bhudevim dantadhavanam snanam krutva yami cha deva griham. Tatashchatva pratarasham yami vidyalayam tatra pathami sashraddham bhavami sujanoham. It's like that. So children will like such tunes, right? So
you do some translating of songs from English to Sanskrit.
Yes. This lullaby also I translated into Sanskrit, that Russian song. And yes.
I was not aware of that.
Of course. like I want to read just 2 lines. Okay, first 2 lines. Supta nishranta kridanakani pustakani astaranaanyupadhananyapiha suptani parikatha api shayanam yati tava swapne vihartumicchati tam hi shubham vada doli dola. So this was one.
And so for the Russian, for RT, Russian television, we are ready, I guess, for the children's section.
Yeah, I want to do more because I really liked some ideas. See, they are foreign to me. So I am used to certain bhavajala. Bhavajala means certain thinking styles, certain expressions, certain life events, phenomena of life. we are like confined to India. Somebody had said once, like somebody whom I know, they said, you are like, again, the word you use, Upasta Manduka. So you're just thinking that, Samskriti is great. Okay, Samskriti is great. But why don't you learn about other world? There are many people, many cultures, they have their own expressions. Why don't you try to learn? So that first I really loved when you offered me to learn a Russian song and all, and you gave me this. I went through the feeling that my teacher gave me all the translation. Really like Parikatha api shayanam yati. So even the fairy tales have gone to sleep. How can a tale go to sleep? This is very like the books have slept. The idea of books sleeping and like all this was very new and very attractive for me. So I was inspired to translate this into Sanskrit. And yes, the film songs, the English, Hindi film songs. One Titanic is the English song that I translated. Um, that is only one. Later on, like in Hindi songs, I translated many of them. Some devotional songs I translated from Telugu to Sanskrit, Hindi to Sanskrit. Like that, I keep on like doing it for exercise sake and for the singability. I want to sing everything in Sanskrit. And whatever I like in any other place, I want to own it in. Like when I sing in Sanskrit, I feel that I own it now. So I feel like that. That's another pastime. Whatever reading, writing.
What else is there? So your dhatu research with gym is down, or teaching is yet still there?
Of course, gym. I cannot. I mean, close this without gym. Gym had like a very big impact upon me. Teaching gym has been the best learning for me. Like apart from what my guru taught as a teacher and I as a student, that's a different zone and different level. But here, gym is a student and I'm a teacher. But still, I learn every day. I have something new to learn from that lesson, and he makes me discover what all I don't know. His questions, his this thing. I'm no more working with any colon project, but I am connected with him. I gave him choice, like whatever you want, I will do it. Then he said, I want to learn Sanskritam. I want to like do some text this thing.
And this is a sample of someone who is like, who started learning Sanskrit when he was already like not young, who's non-Indian,
Yes.
and still doing it on a daily basis. So you can do work on Sanskrit, but that will be not in Sanskrit. So he had done so many tens of years, like for last 30 years, he's still doing more than any institute in the world. He's doing in the field of Sanskrit lexicography. But that is the field on Sanskrit. But he wanted finally to have the time to do in Sanskrit, not on Sanskrit. And this is where the match is, that an American economist and an American mathematician meets the Indian way of teaching Sanskrit.
Yes, yes. And like I had a chance to compare my Russians. I have like until then only like Indian students chanting and Russian students chanting samples. But now I have American, very staunch. He has not been out of America ever in his he has always been in America for a long, long time. And he has like two parts of America. He's from North and South America. He knows both. So that from that I can see his Sanskrit chanting where he's facing difficulties and all. So I have like he gave me a lot of insights by his questions. His more importantly the cultural questions, the questions around India, questions around people, questions around society, all this like family, like many like topics come between us. He is happy because I'm able to answer him patiently. I am happy because he raises such questions so that I have a chance to have an insight and get more understanding about myself, my nation, how the principles of how the life principles were designed from my from dharma point of view. So a lot of things I get to learn from him. So it's a good give and take along with him. So he helped me a lot, really. We are doing Prathama Darsha for now. We are doing the Palaghat series, Prathama Darsha. and he's happy. He does lot of work. It's like, oh, stop, don't tell me. So he does the pre-work before the class. He doesn't want to do it in the class. He completes all the, like the dictionary work, the lookup and all, and he's ready with his words. So where he is going wrong, I help him. So he frames the sentences. Then he wants to construct his own sentences sometimes. Then he wants to chant sometimes. He wants me to correct all this. Like it's lot of things in one. Every day, 4 a.m. in the morning, I get up for him, just for his class sake. So 4 to 5 or 5:30 a.m. is his time. And my days really start with Sanskrit. And yes, we do a lot of things in English, but yes, it is always like he reads the text. Previously we used to do the Hitopadesha. So previously, like it was, he used to just read and not read the text outside. He just read with his eyes and tell in English. I said, why don't you read the prose also? So that encouraged him to read each sentence. And there I get a chance to correct him and see, deal with his difficulties and deal with my own, like why this dhatu, why this pratyaya. So do we have any like synonym for this? Something. So can you explain this? Then I see my shortcomings, where I am lacking, where the idiom works, especially Sanskrit idiom, how it works. I can go to much deeper things than I can imagine in his along with his class. So it's not Sanskrit only. It's not like we are speaking English, so it becomes English. No, it's more language insights that I go back deep into that stage where language is coming out. Yes.
We've come to almost an end of our discussion, which should have been taken actually like 10 years ago and still did not. So the last question for today, Didi, what inspires you most in teaching right now?
As I told you, whatever takes me deeper, it is not depend on the subject. I discovered it, even chanting. A few years back, like when I was offered chanting teacher this thing in Vyoma, I really felt like, what chanting? Chanting is a kindergarten job. But no, I was wrong. So whatever allows me to discover that insightful, it is like it is allowing me to go deeper into myself is enjoyable to me. It can be chanting like a kindergarten job, or it is a like a PG level or a PhD level job. Whatever gives me that depth, and the student is serious. The student also is a very important part of teaching, because if somebody is not interested, then we cannot teach them. So I'm very lucky in that aspect, that I got all the students, whomever I have dealt in group or in private, as a single student or as a class student, everybody came up to be very interested in Sanskrit. And that really helped me to look into the deeper sides of Sanskrit, language aspects. Yes.
Dhanyavad. And so if nothing starts with an invocation, can there be an end if there is not chanting?
Yes, it is also again chanting only. So swasti we can say, swasti prajabhya, that one we can say before stopping. Or shanti, we can do the shanti kamana, as we say. One moment. As we say that, be there peace in the world. So some sarvesham swastir bhavatu, something like that. We always start like the classes in not only the Russian classes. We start Jim's class also with the invocation, and we close with the swasti. So we do it everywhere, always.
So let us call it a day.
Yeah.
I hope that we have an increasing amount of students, enough energy to handle all of them. In the Sanskrit Zealot Society, which I am guiding for the last 20 years, and in the Sanskrit Research Institute, I want really to make a place in Russia, a sample of how actually Sanskrit should be taught, with the help of Indians as well.
Yeah.
So I thank you for everything we've done together. And I do believe we have a few things left to be done.
Sure, we'll be always there together. And I really love your works, that place you are giving for Russians to connect with like Sanskrit. Like with India, they are connected. I know Russians are connected with India in a bigger like lines, but with Sanskrit academically as a chanting work, as like understanding, like when you have given me like how to translate, put the extra words in the bracket, and which word you are translating. Beside it, keep the original word, like English word, and then the original Sanskrit word. All these things have like made me now. I'm able to see the how to perfectly translate that. Like that, I think I reached the higher level than before while I've been giving these texts to the students. So I'm really happy with the works along with you. They have developed a lot of insights into my own fields, my own country, my own nation, my own like how to connect with life and work. Sanskrit has become the common point between us, and moreover, Dhatu. I wish we come back to the Dhatu. I wish we were.
I do still hope that I mean I have to print a book on dhatus. That's one point, but it will not be possible if we don't finalize something that we have started 10 years ago.
Yes. I'm like badly looking forward for see all in spite of doing all these things, my PhD keeps on like poking me, like pricking me, like it says, you're not working on me, you're not caring for me. You're doing so many things throughout the day, but I'm not there in your day. So I want to go back to
So I
my
hope we have enough time and strength for the research work that has to be finished.
Yes. Looking forward for that. Apart from these chanting classes, of course. So I want to see more of Marcis and Usha working in the direction of dhatus, more on dhatus that we connect again, coming back to ourselves. May it help us.
Dhanyavada and Hari Om.
Hari Om Shubhamastu. So I'll say the invocation. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. Shubhamastu. Namaste to everybody. Hari Om.